Hey guys, and welcome back to PXH, also known as PureXHeart. Chris here, as usual, back again, of course, with another album review, because that's what we like to do here. And speaking of what we like to do here, make sure you guys comment down below about what you guys want me to talk about. And also, if you like this album, then why not hit that like button onto this video. It really helps out this channel. And also comment down below what you guys want me to review or talk about or all that other stuff in the mix. And if you guys want me to talk about some other stuff, but in kind of a podcast form, then we have the PureXHeart Podcast. More on that, obviously, in a little bit later. And also, if you guys are new here or a returning visitor and you guys haven't yet subscribed to this channel, then what are you guys doing? If you guys even like PXH, or if you guys don't know PXH, then why not hit that subscribe button? It's really easy. Now, we're not all about, hitting that subscribe numbers out, but it just really helps out this channel because we love you guys. Amen. Amen. Well, everything else, let's get into it. So Dominion is the 11th studio album from the Christian sensation rock band, otherwise known as Skillet. Yeah! The Skillet is the band that, in my life, has kind of brought me back to the Christian music scene for whenever I was a teenager. Like, for example, PXH was Blossom from Hillsong United's People album, okay? Just because I wanted to talk about that. But for my life, it was Blossom from Skillet's Awake album, okay? At least just from, I was born within that time frame. So it was just like, I went back to wanting to listen to more Christian rock music, or at least just some Christian music from Skillet Awake's album, just because I liked it, and it was very different, and it wasn't any poppy thing that was going on within Christian radio. It was cool, it was new, it was refreshing, and it was just like, hey, Christian music can sound somewhat decent. And it doesn't have to sound like radio stuff, which, even as a teenager, I didn't like radio stuff. I liked a lot of rock stuff, especially 2000 rock, and I liked a lot of, within that, 2000 punk. So Skillet and Relient K were kind of like my two favorites, at least growing up. But really Skillet, just because that 2009 album Awake, especially the song Monster, okay? Obviously, that's, if you're talking about Awake, you're most likely talking about the song Monster, or you're talking about Hero. Or if you're talking for a ballad, you're talking about Lucy, okay? So there's that. So I also then went back to listen to some of their older stuff with Comatose and Collide, and I still really like those albums. From then on, you had Rise, which in my opinion, I love that album, okay? I have the shirt of Sick of It because I love that song, okay? Just because it has that hard rock feel that I love, that pop hard rock feel. I like it, okay? It's not too heavy, but it's not too, light. And I also had songs like Not Gonna Die off of the Rise album. But then they had Unleashed, which, I grew up just a little bit more and listened to Unleashed. I was like, it's okay. I like some of this. And then they then had Victorious, and I was like, okay. And then we are here with Dominion. And so with Dominion, it's continuing this trend, I should say, of the empowerment through rock songs, okay? That's what I like to call it. And so basically, this is actually from Skillet themselves off of their Instagram page, and they said that this record is all about the celebration of freedom, liberation from fear, to be who we want to be, say what we want to say, believe what we want to believe. We hope this record, and then they hope this record makes you feel empowerment, and inspired and ready to rock, yeah! So basically, that's kind of what the antithesis of this album is a celebration of freedom, just basically from what life has kind of given us, especially a little bit lately, because woofa. But, you know, life is always kind of bad. And so it just, you know, does that happen. So listening to this album, I felt it was a little bit different than, say, some of their stuff like Victorious and Unleashed, at least in my opinion. For example, you know, even that starting track of Surviving the Game, I love, because it just has like there's so many guitar riffs in this album, especially from Surviving the Game, Standing in the Storm, Dominion, and then like some other hard rock songs that are off of this album. So basically, if you love guitar riffs, you're gonna love this album. So with Surviving the Game, it's kind of has this just this hard rock, kind of like with, I was listening to some of their stuff and I was just like, this almost sounds like the side project Fight the Fury from John Cooper, which, you know, say what you will, I kind of liked the Fight the Fury stuff because it had a little bit more of the like hard rock feel, which is kind of what I've been kind of missing from Skillet, rather than kind of like the pop-ish synth vibe, which for some bands they can really do it. For Skillet, especially with John Cooper's voice already, like, yeah, he can't. Not to say you can't really do it, but it's kind of difficult, even though some of that does appear a little bit later within this track listing. Then, in my opinion, the best song from this album, Standing in the Storm, okay? My opinion, probably one of the best tracks that Skillet has probably released in the heavy rock distinction. That's the reason why I say in the heavy rock distinction, because there's another song that kind of beats it, just kind of by this much. But I love Standing in the Storm. I love listening to that. It has basically all the types of stuff that I love within a heavy rock song, okay, where it goes kind of with his John Cooper flow. It also has a heavy antithesis with Jen Ledger, you know, amazing voice. I've always loved her voice. Great since Awake, and still going amazing now. So, you know, obviously, shout out to really the voices off of from Skillet, and really also the guitar riffs, or just even the guitars from Seth Morrison from this album, okay? And also Corey Cooper sharing off of her vocal talents on the song Forever to the End that she does with John Cooper. I didn't really realize that until I did a little bit more further research. It's really cool, because it's always good for a husband and wife duo to like to rock out to some jams. Like, it's so cool to see that. But yeah, no, with Standing in the Storm, I love it just with the John Cooper voice, the Jen Ledger also, you know, providing vocals off of that song, and then also like the band just doing amazing stuff, okay, guitar riffs. I really like Standing in the Storm. I think it's the best heavy rock song that they've done lately. It's different, and that's why I like it. And then the other best song off this album is probably their best ballad song in a while, okay, ever since Lucy from 2009 Awake album, because yes, that's the thing, because that song is amazing and it makes me cry every single time. But it's the amazing ballad, but also / musical piece. That's right, it sounds like a musical piece, and that is the song Valley of Death. I think it's amazing. It has a really nice opening. I love just the ballad feel of it, but there comes a point where in the middle of the song it goes from amazing ballad to it sounds like that this could be in a musical. It's great. I love it. My phone just fell, but it's great, and I love the musical piece because it's like, wow, Skillet the musical. Can we please make this a thing? Yes, please. I mean, Green Day had a musical, so why not Skillet? You know? Let's do it. But if you also like some of your, the later of the Skillet stuff with Unleashed and Victorious, then you still get that in here with Dominion, Beyond Incredible, and Shout Your Freedom, where it kind of went so much pop rock, which, it went into that electronic rock, which I'm not really the fan of. Just, I don't think that that's where their strength is. I think their strength is more into Like, you know, obviously, you know, it's kind of rehashing what everybody else says, where it's like in that collide, comatose, awake period. Maybe even some people say alien youth. I don't really know. Are you some of those we are people that love the album Alien Youth? It's pretty good. I like the title track of that album. Or even, are you a hey you, I love your soul? Put down in those comments if you're a hey you, I love your soul type of person from Skillet. But yeah, some of these songs are just like, it gets back into the normal antithesis of the kind of pop rockish. There's still some really good stuff on here. You just gotta find it just here and there. However, it ends with probably a song that almost, it doesn't leave a bad taste in my mouth, but it almost does, just because I don't really like it lyrically. At least there's this one part in this song, okay? And obviously, if you guys just seen any type of reviews, or even if you listen to the song, then you know what song I'm talking about, and that's the last song off of here, and that's White Horse. They end it very differently. It's a very different song altogether from Skillet. But there's a choice in the lyrics that I'm just like, I don't really like that at all. It's weird. At least just from a personal standpoint, personal theological standpoint. I still love Skillet and just everything that they do. They've helped me through some like really rough times growing up, at least emotionally, and you know, always kind of needing that and good encouragement, kind of whenever I couldn't really see it in myself, and you know, and just some other health things. That it kind of really helped me through a lot of avenues in my life just growing up. So I'm really always appreciative of Skillet. It's like still one of my favorite rock bands to date. So there's that. So for the final review for this album, I think you guys should just probably check out a few of these songs. Some of these songs are actually really good, and some of the songs are like, if you like some of the later stuff of Skillet, then you'll like some of this. But also, you know, going back to their early stuff, if you like some of that collide, there's quite a few collide sounding songs off this album, at least from my own personal opinion. I've also seen a lot of other reviewers say that it's just like, it almost sounds like a sequel to Collide, which is kind of cool, especially with the meaning behind this album. It's kind of almost like the meaning behind Collide album, but then again, it's this standard Skillet motif of, you know, rock empowerment that I like to say. But there's that. If you guys would leave a like onto this video, and also comment down below which you guys want me to review or talk about here on the PureXHeart channel, YouTube channel, and also on any other social medias that we have, whether it be Instagram and Facebook. You guys go on to there. All those links are in the lovely description down below of this video. And also check out the podcast. It's really good. I really enjoy it. It's fun, obviously. I enjoy a lot of stuff that we do here at PureXH, because obviously I would, duh. Also comment down below, of course, about everything, what you guys thought about this album. I don't know if I said that, but also if you guys are new here or returning visitor, then hit down that subscribe button. It really helps out this channel, and also hit that notified bell so you guys can be notified for a new video that pops up, whether it be a review or something else. I don't really know. That's why those comments are really helpful, so I can know what you guys want me to talk about. But until then, go along with Jesus and change the culture. Boom. Bye.